gonna show the Peruvian necktie today. So basically, get calder on all fours, or turtle position. You have people in this position a whole lot, and the submission's there a lot of the time. So I'm gonna start from whatever position I'm in. I could be here, front headlock position. And I'm gonna lock my arms either by grabbing my own wrist, cable grip, S grip, whatever works for you. I like to grab my wrist. You're gonna put one through his head, the other one under his arm. So basically, if you lift up, Colby, he's like this.
Good detail.
Boom, boom, boom. Down on all fours, he's here. And I'm pulling myself tight to him. I don't want to leave space. I don't want to be up off weight. I don't want to be too far this way. I'm directly on his back and arms are gripped around him. I'm going to start cinching it in by stepping over his head here. And then instead of dropping this way, which is a big mistake people do a lot, I'm going to drop directly backwards on my back. And windshield wiper out my leg as I go. So windshield wipering out my leg, sitting back, I'll pop my leg over, finish the submission. Alright, one more time.
Let's do it again.
He's down on a turtle. My weight's on his back. Bringing it in around here. Arms are connected, grabbing my own wrist. Step over his head. Leaning back, windshield wipering my leg out. Stepping over the back. Finish.
I'm going to do an armbar for mount today. So Andy's going to lay on his back. Just clean the floor. It's semi-sticky. I'm just going to turn this way a little bit. Right? So the tricky thing is when I'm in mount, I always want to get to high mount. If Andy bucks me, then I get thrown a good amount. So if I get into a high mount and I'm able to kind of bulldoze my way up and I get really high, like this, and maybe I can start going for S mount, buck me now. I have a lot more control from here, and I also have a lot more pressure where I need it, right? So one way that I can get up is I can either maybe start trying to attack his neck, and then he kind of starts defending and I start following up. I can just grab the back of his head, maybe try to climb, get an underhook, kind of climb this up, get up this way. Or a detail that Nick Green showed me last week was, so I'm really gonna kind of try to grab one of his arms and just get it a little bit under me, right? And so I can really kind of come to the side and then use my body to get all the way up here. And what's really nice about this move is that you can get your knee all the way where it needs to be up by his head, right by his ear. So kind of cupping, scooping, and using my body to get all the way up here. And then when this is this high, I can easily kind of creep this, whether I get an underhook or just kind of getting my knee up this high. So it's like frustrating. A lot of people do this and they kind of go to S mount and they lift up their, I can already hear the breathing intensify, but I'll try to lighten up. But they try to go for the S mount and they loosen up and they go up and they know that they basically, it's like they had a picture and they know they need to start from here and they need to get all the way over to here, but they go really light and they just kind of get their knee up. He's gonna escape every time. He's just gonna get right out of that. Like if I just go even like here, he's just gonna underhook and then he's out, right? So we go back to the mount, getting this close right here, right? And what I wanna do is I wanna keep this wide. I wanna paintbrush the mat or the floor all the way across. So I go out wide, and what's gonna do is it's gonna keep that pressure on that whole time. So I end here. Again, let's do that, make a noise, like just like, you know. That's if I don't go wide, right? Here's me going wide. Right here, right? So then I end, and I've completely changed the way I'm facing, right? His body's facing this way I started, now I'm facing completely this way. I have all my weight on him, and I can just let him cook. Yeah. But before I let him cook, I want to get this, threading this needle of my arm. Old coach Nathan Mendelson showed this out in Santa Cruz when I was a white belt, still using it. So I'm going to take my left hand, and I'm going to see this little hole right here where his arm is. I'm going to thread it through. I'm going to hug my hip. And what that does is it actually brings me almost more weight and closer to him because I'm attaching myself to this arm. Pretty bad. So now from here, I have this hand to post up if he gives me any issues. Block away this knee, right? And then when I'm finally ready to, I can make my final adjustment by bringing this foot out, and it needs to come really close to his neck. And right here, I can also let him cook. Yeah. I'll just keep fighting it, and then I'll just keep going, and I end up dropping my hips down and finishing it right here with all my weight on him. Now if this goes south or whatever, I can still come back and get the traditional armbar, but I'd rather finish him with my weight on him, and then it gets really frustrating if he gets a good grip here, I'm not able to get this wrist lock or whatever, and then I'm just fighting back here and it takes forever. Alright.
Alright, so from here, right arm over, as I'm
dropping really low. Yeah. Yeah.
Pull this again.
That sucks.
Boom. Nice. And yeah. Boom. Grab my own thigh. And then boom. Last minute I can step over. Pull your head back.
Oh, that's terrible.
Nice. That's the best I've felt.
It's terrible. Oh man.
Alright, hey everybody, we're going to show a catch wrestling technique caught from Eric Paulson a few weeks back. The technique doesn't have a name as far as he said, but it's an older move and has been used for quite a while. Basically, collar's going to start on his back, his hips are going to be up, he's going to try and keep me from passing. And this is a very common position, even a lot of rolls start like this. I'm basically going to start both hands on knees. I'm going to take my right arm and thread it under his right calf or thigh, basically. And I'm going to grab in a Kimura grip. So, hands on my knees, taking my right arm to thread under, grabbing my own left forearm.
You're kind of catching that ankle in your
as my left hand is over his thigh, right above his knee. His ankle is like pretty much in my armpit, a little bit higher than waist level. I'm here, and it just, as I turn it out, slices. So straight one more time.
Yeah, it felt straight.
So from here, right arm comes under, boom, boom. And it's extremely quick. It's an extremely quick submission. Make sure your teacher or your tournament rules will call for that, and get out there and try it.
Oh man.
Alright. So basically just a quick detail on the hand position itself. If I'm starting from both hands on knees, this one threads under as this grabs the top of the leg. So I'm here, it's on the top of his knee, his foot is in my armpit. Boom. And then I'm sliding this directly under his knee. And I'm grabbing my own forearm, like this.
Kind of with the blade of your forearm right under.
Boom, exactly. The blade's what makes the slicer happen. So I'm here, boom, turn, and then as I turn him.
Alright, so one more time. I come under with my right arm, I grab here, so if I'm going to do it fast, be boom here, and turn.
Yep. And then if you don't finish it,
I feel like this is totally illegal.
Oh, it's so illegal.